Odds are you didn't start this week thinking to yourself, there's going to be a pumpkin patch controversy. But that's what we've got. This whole McCall's pumpkin patch, ICE, Torrance County detention facility situation has just created a huge, massive discussion on social media. I'm going to break down what's happened so far, including what we know and don't know. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, but fair warning, there's a lot of twists and turns. The whole thing started because the Torrance County Commission put an agenda item on that was titled Discussion Regarding McCall's Pumpkin Patch and Torrance County's Agreement with U.S. Department of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, aka ICE. There was no vote or action attached. That was literally all it said. But people picked it up pretty quickly on social media and were speculating that that maybe meant that this private business had an agreement with ICE. And so people were understandably really worried. If you've ever been to McCall's Pumpkin Patch, you know that it's this huge fall festival. People have a lot of memories of it. They've grown up, going there. Some people have even gotten married or fostered long-term relationships there. So it's just a place that people recognize, and they were understandably worried. The McCall's family then put out this statement, basically saying, ICE is not coming to the pumpkin patch. We don't have an agreement with them. This has nothing to do with the county's agreement with ICE, etc. And so I should just sort of pause here and say there's two things going on. One is that the McCall family runs this farm and this pumpkin patch / fall festival. And Kevin McCall is the co-owner, and he's also the Torrance County Commissioner. And so he is someone who votes on, and most recently voted on an ICE contract earlier this year, basically to have the county jail house ICE detainees. So it turns out that the reason for this discussion item is that a local teachers union called out McCall's Pumpkin Patch and said, hey, the people who own this place are also connected to the ICE facility, and do you want to spend your dollars there? Apparently the county commission decided to use official resources to take up the question of, was this being mean to a local business owner or something like that? I don't know. I've heard people say, oh yeah, McCall had nothing to do with it, but there were 3 county commissioners in Torrance County. They put it on their agenda. Kind of seems like, okay, you got criticized. You don't need to use official resources to hassle people about it. But anyway, they had their meeting. They discussed it. Kind of went on from there. And all of this has a lot of people asking, should I even support this business with my dollars? Which I don't think is what Kevin McCall and the Torrance County Commission thought would happen. And by the way, if you want to learn more about the Torrance County Detention Facility, there is a vigil this Saturday at Arthur Park in Estancia at 11 a.m. They're going to share stories of folks who've been detained there and experienced some of the abuse. And so it's a good opportunity to uplift and honor their stories.